class we had already done factors. So today let us know about some fun facts about factors. So some of the things that we always need to remember about factors are, first of all, 1 is a factor of every number. If any number, you give any number, that can always be divided by 1. So 1 becomes the factor of every number, that every possible number that you can think of. If you want to say 59, 59 is divisible by 1, 5,000 divisible by 1, 7,649 divisible by 1. So 1 is basically, what was factors? Let's have a quick recap. Factors was the numbers, factors are the numbers that can divide a given number, right? So since 1 is capable of dividing every number, so 1 is a factor of every number. Number 2, we have every number is a factor of itself. That is, every number can be divided by itself. Let's take a number. Let's take 47. Can I divide 47 by 47? Yes. 47 by 47 is 1. Any number. 65. 65 can be divided by 65. 65 1 ja 65. So every number is a factor of itself. Since every number can divide the number itself, since every number is divisible by itself, so a number is a factor, every number is a factor of itself. Every number is a factor of itself. Coming to the third fact we are having, any given number is exactly divisible by each of its factors. Now what do I mean by this? Let's take any number. Okay, let's take, in our last class we took 24 and we also got its factors. So if I take 24, what are the factors that I get? We get 2. In our last class we already did, so I hope you all remember. We get 2, we get 4, we get 3, we get 6, we get 8, we got 12 and 24. Why do I write 24? In our second fact itself we have learned that every number is a factor of itself. So 24 has to be a factor of 24. Yes? Now let us try and divide. Now you see, 24 is exactly divisible by 2. 2, 12 ja 24. By 4, 4, 6 ja 24. 3, 8 ja. 6, 4 ja. 8, 3 ja. 12, 2 ja. And 24, 1 ja. Is 24. So, you see, 24 is exactly divisible by each of its factors. If it is not divisible by any of its factors, if it is not divisible, exactly divisible by any number, then that number will not be its factor. Let's take, we are having 2, 3, 4, 6. Let's take 5. Let us try dividing 24 with 5. Let us try dividing 24 with 5. 5, 4 ja 20. 4 is our remainder. So since we are having remainder out here, so 5 is not a factor of 24. So this is our third fact about factors, that any number, any given number is exactly divisible by each of its factors. And if it is not exactly divisible by any number, then that number will not be its factor. Okay, children? Coming to the fourth fact about factors is, every factor is smaller than or equal to the given number. Like we just saw for 24. The factors that were there, say 2, 4, 6, 8, 12 and 24 were the factors for 24. So, all the factors that you found are either less than 24, given number, the given number is 24, either they are less or they are equal to. So if you take any number, if you take any number and you try to find the factors for those numbers, you will always get that the factors that you find are either less than the given number or they will be equal to. The highest factor of any given number will be that number itself. Any number which is more than the given number will not be its factor, cannot be its factor. Okay, children? And for number 5 we have number of factors of any number are finite. That is, we will always be having countable number of factors for any given number. You cannot have as many factors as you want. You will always have some fixed factors for the given number. Like for 24, we cannot write 5 as its factor or 63 as its factor. No. There are some particular numbers which divides the number that is given to us, the given number, and only those numbers will be its factors. So, a given number is always going to have a finite number of factors only. It cannot have uncountable number of factors. Next, we are moving on to multiples. Let's start with multiples now. All this time we were talking about factors, now coming to multiples. What are multiples? The product of any number is known as its multiple. The product of any number is known as its multiple. What have I written? A number is a multiple of each of its factors. Or, just now what did I say? The product of any number, the products of any number are the multiples of that number. The products of any number are the multiples of that number. Now let's take 4. So what are the products of 4? 4 into 1, 4. So 4 is a multiple of 4. 4 into 2, 8. 4 3 ja 12. 4 4 ja 16. 4 5 ja 20. 4 6 ja 24. 28, 32, 36. Like this, any number which is a product of 4. Let's just try out with 4 into 25. So 25 into 4, 4 5 is 20, 2 carry, 4 2 is 8, 9, 10, 100. So we got 100 which is a product of 4. That is, if we multiply 4 by 25 we will get 100. So 100 is also a multiple of 4. Okay, children? So now we have understood what are multiples. Multiples are the products of any given number. And those numbers are always the factors of that number. Now you see in this and this will be the factor. This will be the multiple. This and this will be the factor. This will be the multiple. Okay, children? So, what can we say is, if we take any product, let's just write like this, 5 into 7 is equal to 5 7 ja how much? 5 7 ja is 35. So, 5 and 7 are the factors of 35, and 35 is the multiple of 7 and 5. 35 is the multiple of 7 and 5. Okay, children? So, whenever we have number, the number which is divisible, the number which is exactly divisible by any number is known as the multiple of that number, and the numbers which exactly divides any given number are known as the factors. I was saying that, this is what I was saying. A number that exactly divides the given number is called the factor of that number. Now you see children, please concentrate on the words that I am saying. A number that exactly divides. A number that exactly divides a given number is known as the factor of that number. So, and a number that is exactly divisible by that number, by the given number, is known as the multiple. Okay children, a number that divides is known as the factor, and number that is divisible is known as the multiple. So, what can we say? A factor we term it as, since it divides, so we can compare it as the divisor. We can compare it to the divisor in division. And since the multiple is divisible, that is, it gets divided. So what is it? The dividend. So children, just remember these things very clearly, because we are going to do a lot of questions depending on factors and multiples. Okay, and we will also need it in HCF and LCM. So when we are performing those sums, this is very, very important that you should remember it. So just remember, what are factors? The numbers which divide. And what are multiples? The numbers which are divisible. Okay, now we move on. As for example, if I have to say, whenever we write the tables, let's say we are writing 3 into 7. 3 7 ja how much? 3 7 ja 28. 4 9 ja 36. Now, why have I written this? Here I will be showing you factors and multiples both. In this, these two are the factors. These two are the factors, the one, and these, the product. While I was explaining multiples, I told you that the product of any two numbers are the multiples. So these are the products. 28 is the product of 3 and 7. 36 is the product of 4 and 9. These are what? These are the multiples. Okay children, so we all have learned tables, right? So from the tables itself, we can very easily understand what are the factors and what are the multiples. The one which divides, like 28 can be divided by 3 and 7 both. 36 can be divided by 4 and 9, and also by many other numbers. So all those numbers which can divide the given number, for here we take, let's say, 28. All those numbers which will be dividing 28 are its factors. Now, all those numbers which will be the product of 3. Now, 3 into 7 we got 28. We can also do 3 into 19. We can find out 3 into 54, or maybe 3 into 156 or 159. So all these, whatever answers we get out here, these will be the multiples of 3. Okay, since these are the products of 3, we multiply any number by 3, the answer that we get are the multiples of 3. Okay, so now I hope factors and multiples are clear.